Hey there, Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, Sagittarius Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed at the channel where we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. And when I was trying to get into your energy, before I turned on the camera, I got, this is determination, but like a lot on my plate. But I can get this done. I'm going to get this done. I have to get this done. That's what I got. So, excuse me. I want to take a moment to thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments. You've been helping me grow my channel, which enabled me to be able to launch my business, The Tribe Empowers. There is a link below for that. I thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If you could take a moment right now to go ahead and hit the thumbs up button while we see what Spirit wants to talk about today. I need one more card. I don't know about this. What's that about? Alright, I'm not really sure. Let's see what we find out. Okay, so you had the Three of Swords come out. And the Three of Swords is heartbreak. It's being stabbed in the heart. It hurts. There's just different things can bring it on. It could be a loss of a relationship. It could be a loss of a loved one. You know, I've seen this card come out when someone's pet has died. It also has come out when people we know die. It can come out when you lose a job. Anything that feels like an emotional loss. It's an emotional loss. And I was confused because it came out with the King of Pentacles. And so I found myself wondering, well, does that mean that you lost a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn? Did you lose a job? I couldn't really tell. And the clarifier was the King of Cups. And I feel like you lost an emotional relationship, and it may have been with, if not the King of Cups, the King Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, it could have been somebody who helped provide for the family, who was the business person, who, you know, they may have had that in their sun, moon, or rising. Maybe you weren't even aware of it being really strong in their chart. You couldn't have all lost. I mean, this is the thing that I know, though. There's no way that every Sagittarius has lost a relationship like that this week. And so, but it's a loss, it's a hurt. It's definitely that. And I don't know, let's just see what we get here. So on Monday we walk in with the sun in your 9th house of higher learning, spirituality, long distance travel. The moon's in Leo, and it's about fears. It's about fears. Let's just see what we get here. Okay, wow. So maybe a lot of you are having some sort of a breakup. We have relationship dynamics here. There's children in both of these. There's children in this one, and there's a child in the background right here. So maybe you have a child who is moving away from home. They've graduated, they're moving on. That could be making you sad. It could totally be it, because it's April, especially if it's a college graduation. Maybe you're remembering back to when they were younger, and you're like, oh, I wish they were still small. some kind of a relationship dynamic is going through some kind of a shift, and it is not something you're enjoying. That I'm pretty certain on. Exactly what the dynamic is, what's changing, I'm not there on. I do know that there's something that you're going to have to think about boundaries, because now your 10th house, Virgo moves into your 10th house, the moon does, so it might have to do with work-life balance, because that's your career house. It also could be your father figure, though, so maybe your father has passed away. Because that's authority, and that's the house of the father. But there's boundaries. The moon's in the position of boundaries and willpower. Like, the willpower is, what are you keeping? What are you giving away? What are you managing? Like, where are the boundaries? How much of a boundary? Well, this is nice, though. Here's your affirmation for the week. It says, my mind and body are in balance. I am healthy. My mind and body are in balance. I am healthy. It says, reduce inflammation, release anger and resentment, heal old mental and emotional wounds, improve inner peace, balance mind and emotion. So maybe this is an old hurt, and it's just been so stirred up by this ridiculous Mercury retrograde that just was stirring up all kinds of stuff for a lot of people. And so that's a real possibility. And so maybe it has to do with your father. And there's some old hurts. Like you're remembering, maybe he's already passed away, and you're thinking about him this week, and it makes you sad. Or maybe some family member has passed away, and that makes you sad. And so maybe that's what you're dealing with, is that kind of reflection, because this is heal old mental and emotional wounds. And so it seems like it could be something from when you were a child that's bothering you, that's all stirred up, and that's creating this energy. And that makes a little more sense to me based on some things. But here's the good news. Mercury gets out of the shadow on Wednesday and moves into Aries, hot diggity dog. And then on Saturday, Venus moves into Aries, so now she's all fired up. She's not real happy there, but there's energy. There's energy of change that'll come with that. And then the Sun moves into Taurus on Saturday also. And then on Wednesday, we have Libra. The moon's moving into Libra, which is all about getting balanced in different ways. And this one right here is about mental clarity, keeping your head above your emotions in order to ensure and bring about manifest a transformation in your life that requires some action. And for you, this is in your 11th house of groups and group activities. And then on Friday morning at 7:12 a.m., at 29 degrees and 7 minutes of Libra, we have our second of the 2 full moons in Libra, completing our full moon in Libra sandwich that started back on March 21st when it was at 0 degrees. Now it's at 29 degrees, and it has a lot of power. Has a lot of power to create change, to create balance, to find balance. And then if you remember, this says my body and mind are in balance and I'm healthy. And so I feel like maybe this is more of like an old wound that got stirred up, and it's something that you can work your way through if you allow yourself to release during this full moon the pains from the past. Let go of the negative energy that has been haunting you and bringing you down. Release it, and remember to write what you're grateful for the changes that it's bringing about in your life. Like all the good things that have come about in your life. They can't all... Sometimes we carry way too much emotional baggage with us, and if we aren't paying attention, all of a sudden it sneaks up on us at different stages and phases of the moon. And especially when there's a retrograde of Mercury in Pisces, oh my gosh, that's just like getting down into that deep, murky past waters, like the deep, deep waters of your soul. And so, yes, you could totally end up in that situation. Okay, yes, clean it up. This could mean to clean your space. So if the best way to change your energy is to literally, figuratively, like change the furniture placement, do something. In Sagittarius, you're a fire sign, and actually doing something physical to change something is very beneficial. But if you also look, it would be like cleaning up the emotional baggage. Like, what can you let go of? What's these cobwebs hanging around in the back of your minds that you need to sweep out in order to create an opportunity for you to do this, to choose to be happy, happy? So clean up the negative emotional energy out of your life and allow yourself the happy, happy. It's a choice. It's a choice. We can't always choose our circumstances, but we can always choose our attitude. So choose an attitude that's happy. That's what you can choose right now. So right after that moon goes full on Friday, an hour and a half later at 8:41 a.m., the moon moves into Scorpio. And Scorpio, this moon, it's really funny because it's called the trust moon, the egg moon, the pink moon, the duck moon, but it's about trust. And Scorpio is that deep transformative energy. And that's happening for you in your 12th house of hopes, goals, and dreams and wishes. And can you trust the divine to bring about what you really, really want? Who in your life can you trust to have these confidences with? Maybe you need to speak to somebody. Can you trust yourself? Can you trust the men in your life? If you had a really difficult relationship with your father, then that could be an issue. So understanding what it is about trust, because we have the self-reflection happening. And so this is about keeping your head above the emotional waters and seeking the clarity. And taking responsibility for your actions, and also understanding that, as much as you're human, so is everyone else. So there's it's like seeking the understanding, the self-reflection. It's non-judgmental. It's observing. It's just observing. It's not assigning blame. It's observing. You really need to choose happiness because you have the dolphins. Don't worry, be happy. And so I feel like maybe really this negative energy here of the Three of Swords, this is you really dealing with some old past hurts and baggage that you need to release with this moon. And so I really hope that you take the time to sit down and write down your full moon intentions. What do you need to release in order to bring about the happiness into your life? What do you need to let go of? And then make sure you write a gratitude list. And when you get all done, you burn it, you turn it over to Spirit. And then you choose happy. You choose to be happy. You're releasing the emotional baggage. You don't need to carry it anymore. It's weighing you down. It's keeping you from finding the joy in life. And life is supposed to be joyful. It really is. And get out for a walk. You have the rainbow. Connect to Spirit and nature. But also I feel like it's almost like the rainbow promise. Like God is there for you. Divine is there for you. And if your father has already passed on to the spirit world, he's there too. And anything that may have happened in this dimension, if you can forgive, the forgiveness isn't for him. He's already not here. It's for you. It's you learning how to forgive people for being human, because you're human and you need to forgive yourself for being human. So just allowing the love in. Creating the balance. Finding the happy. Right? Finding the happy. All right. I will see you back here for the weeklies. I would like to do a full moon reading, but I'm having oral surgery, so I'm not certain that I will be able to do that. But for sure, I will see you for the weekly. So do your full moon intention, whether or not I'm here. And look for the happy, right? Be happy. We're supposed to be filled with joy. All right? I will talk to you soon. You take care.